I found something interesting. See, this can of magnesium shavings up here, I had for about 3 years now. And ever since I got it, I never used it, and the can remained shiny on the outside. Now, this year, about 4 months ago, I opened the can, and inside I pulled out a plastic wrapper of magnesium shavings. Now, after I was done using it, I decided to throw out the plastic wrapper and just pour the magnesium shavings straight into the can. Now, this was a fatal mistake, I can see now, because as you can tell, it has rusted tremendously. And this has just been over the few months now. Now, I always thought that boats and your boiler might use magnesium anodes as sacrificial anodes to shave off electrons, and they are meant to dissolve rather than the iron structure they are protecting. Now, why is this canister here even rusting? There isn't any moisture inside. Now, I didn't flush the whole can again with some dry nitrogen gas, but it was a fairly dry day and I didn't let any moisture in there. But then I got thinking a little more, and actually there is quite an interesting process going on here. Because, of course, now there is oxygen in there, and a little bit of CO2 and just a little bit of water vapor. Now, the magnesium really wants to get rid of its electrons. And with the iron shell here, it has a really good chance of giving it up to the iron and getting oxidized. And the little bit of air in there is enough to make this charge that builds up of magnesium 2+ ions go away again with building magnesium oxides, some carbonates, and just a little bit of hydroxides. And this little amount, it's micrograms, even if, is enough to drive quite a few electrons off. And these electrons then are free to go into the iron, and the iron can give those electrons even further to the moisture in the air. And there is quite a lot of oxygen in this room I'm standing in. Now the oxygen gets reduced alongside with some water into OH ions. And this is what is actually attacking the metal can. The iron itself isn't taking part in any redox reaction with the magnesium. Just the OH ions produced from the moisture in the air and the free electrons the iron gets from the magnesium can severely attack metals like iron, especially if this isn't stainless, and such a cheap can probably isn't, as you can see. Now, then why don't boats rust? Well, it's mostly to do with size. See, for a boat, a chunk of magnesium like this, obviously this isn't magnesium, can donate quite a few electrons, but its surface area is limited. And the rate at which it donates electrons so that the iron can produce OH ions is far, far less than what is needed for the OH ions over the large surface area of a boat to attack the iron itself. And if a boat is constantly moving in water where fresh dilution can occur with the OH ions, then it really practically doesn't dissolve any iron or produce any iron hydroxides. But this can, for instance, the mechanism is a little bit different, and the thin film of water and air that adsorbs onto the surface can not transport away any OH ions that are generated, and they are free to attack the iron as they please. And that's the interesting part of this can. It's rusty on the outside, but on the inside, where the magnesium, the reactive part, actually is, it's shiny as new.